What's an example of no good deed goes unpunished? To be neighborly, I once gave the couple next door some fresh veggies from my garden. Thereafter, whenever I was at work, they'd raid the garden and take whatever they wanted without asking permission. You should start growing ghost peppers. I made this mistake at the allotment once. I said to a couple of people to help themselves to Oinami, Lidi Hele 1 meter mleem luit. O amigo, o me at laum ta acted. La Rail. Tn. The following year the gooseberry bushes were stripped of all fruit. Some people are just YT. It's sad that people just help themselves and don't even have the decency to give you anything back. My grandparents had a fig tree in their backyard, and one morning soon after they moved in, my grandpa caught a guy climbing over the fence and taking their figs. After the initial confrontation, it turns out that the guy was their neighbor to the rear and had an agreement with the previous owners that he could come and take the figs to make preserves, which he happily shared. So my grandparents let the arrangement continue and had free fig. JG ta Coleman Biela. LMAO. My parents once commented on their neighbor's garden saying something like, "Oh, fresh onions are so good." So for months, their neighbor would sneak into the backyard and leave onions on my parents' patio table. I read somewhere that one couple had that problem with their fruit, so they hired teenager to spray people with hose. Might be worth considering. Did you install security cameras and press charges for trespassing and theft? My neighbor kept doing this with my cherry tomatoes and sugar snap peas. I stopped growing it, set up a camera and then show it to them. Hella awkward for them. That really is bang out of order. So furious on your behalf. Have you tried knocking on their door and when they open up you say what the fuck? Me. Giving great, you taking fuck off. Situations like this I like to imagine the best case scenario. Maybe they were struggling financially and your garden took a slight burden off their shoulders. Thinking like this makes dealing with other people more bearable. Put up a sign, area monitored by camera, thieves will be prosecuted. Or just yak now, talk to them. Or if those two things fail, try spraying some of it with ghost pepper extract. I am sure it's an insecticide or something. EAO, MLE. Their firstborn is yours. That is a hangable offense. What the actual fuck? Cal Poly University had an incident in the 80s that made the school paper. There was a former Mouseketeer who worked in food services and one day a student asked for help because his purchase hung in the vending machine. She opened it and gave it to him, but an alarm went off. She waited for security and explained things to them, but still lost her job. One day, you're a TV performer watched by millions. Later in life you're fired because of a snack. Cal Poly failed me in a class because my professor accused me of cheating. He didn't have any proof. Other than that I did better on one test than another. But as they said, he's tenured so we have to side with him. I fucked off, finished my degree at another school, and got a job in my dream industry within a month of graduation. Not really related to the prompt, but yeah, fuck Cal Poly. Guy lost his ID for work. I brought him directly to security to get it sorted and they fired me on the spot for allowing a trespasser entrance. Okay, what the fuck? I used to work at a halfway house. A resident came back from work, and after a 16-hour day, working construction in about 80% humidity, he said he thinks you left it at work. Guy looked like he was about to collapse from exhaustion, so I printed one off for him and scanned. I got written up and put on probation for not charging him $15 for a replacement, which is literally a laminated piece of paper. The fuck? Do you work at Apple or something? I know high-tech companies have very strict standards like this. Same thing happened to me, except the person I did not let it was a big wig. I did not know him by sight. He started to pull the "do you know who I am?" quote. Later in the day the story got around that I would let the department head into the building. I was praised by my management team for following policy and they bought me lunch. Later I was told the bigwig was happy I did not let him in and everyone looked good in the process. You had one job. SMH. Damn dude, that sucks. Well, you won't make that mistake twice and you have given others a heads up. Saving a girl from getting hit by a car. Me getting hit in the process. But it turned into a hit and run. And the girl left me behind on the concrete road. What the actual fuck? You okay now? Maybe she has a post on our Let's Not Meet about the time some random man tried tackling her to rape her but was saved by someone who hit him with their car then kept on going. Did you wake up in 1955? Gotta be careful. My little sister's friend stopped her car to help out when she saw someone stopped on the road and she was hit and killed by a passing car. Unfortunately, she was in the far lane when she saw the distressed car, so she had to run across a busy road to try and help. Terrible thing. The girl was a teen when this happened. I was an events florist. This bride lost her grandmother days before her event and asked if I would make a small vase arrangement to place next to her photo on a memorial table. Of course, I said it would be similar to her smaller centerpieces. Great. She asked how much and I said I would cover it happily. In the review she complained that the memorial piece, which was supposed to be very special, looked too much like the centerpieces. God forbid your free flowers be cohesive with your event, you cow. She's lucky you didn't make one for her. This made me angry for you. Hey, cows are nice. I wrote a semi-popular plugin for a software package that's common in my field and released it open source. Provided as is. No guarantee, warranty, or support is promised. Occasionally I get an email asking a question, which I am happy to answer if reasonable. I'm currently in a dispute with a very angry professor in California who somehow thinks that I need to support him set up an entire bioinformatics pipeline because someone in his lab tried to download my free plugin. Offer your services as a consultant. The guy who wrote SQLite and made it public domain gets paid six-figure salary from IBM, and he consults for other companies. What the actual hell?